Okay, I want to show you these iron-on fabric labels that the brand sent to me. These are so fantastic if you've got kids and they are going to school and you don't want them to lose like their jacket or their backpack or anything like that. These are super great. So what you're supposed to do is you're actually going to write their name or whatever on it. So I'm just going to choose a random name. So we'll do like Joe, and I'm going to write that on with this pen. So this is what the pen looks like. And then I'm just going to write it on this little fabric thing here. So I'll write Joe on there. And the pen does not bleed, which is really nice. So I wrote Joe on there and it didn't bleed through. So you don't have to worry about that happening. Then what you're going to do is you're going to use your iron and you're going to iron it onto your fabric or whatever you're putting it on, and it should stay on there. It comes with a couple of different designs. So if you don't like the small little rectangular ones, like maybe you want a bigger one, it comes with a couple of clouds. These ones are blue. So like for your boys, you can do the pink ones for your girls. And then they have longer ones. So if you've got like kids that have really long names and they don't fit on these little small ones, you can totally do it on these longer ones. So you've got a lot of different options. There's also a medium-sized one on there. You get a lot of different sheets. There are a lot of different labels that come on these, which is super great. So let me go show you how this looks once you label it on. So let me go show you how this looks once I iron it on. All right, I've just got here an old pair of jeans that I was planning on getting rid of just to show you what this looks like once you iron it on. So I've got my little slip here that I wrote the name. My iron's all heated up, and I'm just gonna stick this right on. And it should just adhere itself straight onto the pants. So I'm just going to go back and forth a couple of times. If it comes off, just make sure that you just go over it a couple more times with the heat. Let me just kind of show you here. That is totally on there. Like, I could peel it off if I really wanted to, but it's stuck on there because it's got sticky stuff on the back of it. So it melts onto the fabric and will stay in place. So I'm just going to tip it so you can kind of see. But that's not coming off. That's really solid and in place on there. So you can just kind of tell, like, I've ironed it on. I could peel it off if I really wanted to, but for the most part, it's like really stuck on there. But overall, I think that these are so great. I love that you get a variety of so many different options, and it's just so easy to get right onto your clothes. Your kids' clothes are going to be able to be labeled. You're going to know whose is what. Especially like if they're out and about, you can use these for so many different things. So if you're looking for a great way to label anything, any type of clothing, then I highly recommend checking these out.